I'm getting really up close and personal with you guys. I got no makeup on, fresh out of the shower, dried hair, everything, but I could not wait to film this video. And there's sirens going on outside, so if you hear them, I don't know what's going on.
1, 2, 3.
I hate filming at night because obviously my ring light, you can see a reflection in my glasses, but we're getting through this, okay? It's the 23rd to 24th, which means we need a new TBR for May. The fact that we're already halfway through this year is kind of crazy. But rather than picking TBR myself, we are going to be letting the TBR jar pick it. And here there's a bunch of prompts, and I'm gonna choose 10 of them for the TBR, but I need to take the books off of my TBR cart and put them back on my shelves. Okay, so the only books that I have left are the ones that I'm currently using for a video. So of course this is inspired by Rachel Catherine. It's kind of like a spin on the blindly picking your TBR for the month, and I have had a habit of only reading the new books on my shelf, so hopefully this will make me think and force me to choose other books other than the ones I just bought, because I have a lot more on my shelf than the ones I just bought. But if you guys want me to do this every month, let me know. Okay, I'll let you guys get a first look. A book with a person on the cover, and I made this with a specific book series in mind. So the book I'm going to be adding to my TBR for the month of May, person with a book on the a book with a person on the cover, is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. And you know what this means, guys? That I may or may not have read through in a glass. So this is going to be the first book on the brand new TBR. Beautiful cover, by the way. Like, I am very much again, like, I have a weird thing about people on covers, and even like people on fantasy book covers, but this series I love. First one, we're gonna go to the bottom, like right in the middle of the jar. What does it say? Finish a series. Okay, so this can go one of two ways. I can finish some series I have on my shelf that I only have like 2 books left in, finish a duology. Choose 2 books for this because one I'm currently reading but don't think I'm gonna finish by May, and the second one, in case I do finish that book by May, we're gonna choose a second one. I'm not sure if I'll finish by the month of May, but I am currently reading is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. You can see I'm not that far into it, but this is also going to be used as a filler book for the vlog I'm filming for this week because it's kind of dark. But if this does get finished before May, I think I'm going to do these Infinite Threads, because logically for this piece, this task, this prompt, I feel like a duology is the easiest because there's something about blindly picking. But notice how the 2 books I picked were new. Ooh, a book with my favorite color on the cover. That would be yellow. Going off the prompt, and the book is actually yellow. This is the only book I have. It's been on my TBR for a while. The God Parent Trap by Rachel Van Dyken, and honestly, I'm not mad about this because I've heard really, really good things about it. And like I said, I need to read older books. Next. Book from a new author. By a Threat by Lucy Score. I have yet to read any Lucy Score, but I own a lot of her books, so this is an easy one to throw. Next book in a fantasy series. Do I want to do the second of Thorn Glass, or do we want to, what other fantasy series have I started? The only other fantasy series I have that I currently started or that I have already started, is Throne of Glass. This book on the TBR is going to be Assassin's Blade, because I think this is the order I'm doing them, is reading this third. But I'm pretty sure this is like a collection of short stories or something like that. Let's give her a little... Alright. A book that's at least 500 plus pages. Okay, I've got a perfect one in mind, because I obviously am going to need another fantasy series. Oh my god, no it's not. Okay, not this. I was going to do Twisted Hate, but that one is not 500 pages. I have books that are very, very close to it, but not quite. This one is though. This is 540 pages, give or take. So, the next book on the TBR for the month of May is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. And I might as well just do the whole jar. A book with an illustrated cover. Okay, this is most of my books. But I also had a book in mind with that prompt. Do Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher, because I really want to get through the series, but I just need that little push. So here's my little push, and obviously this is the epitome of an illustrated cover because it's the outline of Dreamland, which is number 8. I think I'm just gonna go until this card's filled. Newest book on my shelves. So that is actually The Ashes and the Star-Crossed King, and then I think it's These Infinite Threads. So I might have to go back, or My Dark Vanessa, but My Dark Vanessa I'm reading this week. If it's The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, that's the second book in the series, so we're gonna do The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, because everybody and their mother has been raving about this series, and I'm also looking at it for an excuse to read it. My copy is definitely a little banged up, but 1 and 2. So, book inspired by the last song you heard. Hold on, I gotta pull up my Spotify and exactly what it is. It's Bad Blood by Taylor Swift, featuring Kendrick Lamar. Naturally. Thinking, oh my god, I knocked over the jar. Something Enemies to Lovers, I think, is gonna be a good one. About getting stabbed in the back and everything, and now we got Bad Blood. So, okay, I think this is gonna be a good choice. King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. From what I gathered, this is the first book in the Adrian X Isolde. I'll have to look up how to pronounce that series. I had the first 2 books. I think the third one is coming out sometime this year. But, you know, it's going to be a short fantasy read. I think this is vampire fantasy romance, which is new. You know, I am a Twilight girly, I'm not going to lie. And all my books just fell. Isolde is set to marry her enemy for the sake of ending a, lifelong war. But she also has to kill him. She has to kill her husband, and the assassination attempt goes wrong, and the entire time they're just, from what it sounds like, they're just battling heads, and she's trying to find ways to defy him. And yeah, read a YouTuber's favorite. Okay, then the movies by Lynn Painter, because this is kind of all of my favorite booktubers' favorites. Haley Fan, Sarah Crowley, Destiny Sitwell. So, you know, now hopefully it'll be mine. One more prompt, and I'm really hoping for a specific one that is in here, because I immediately thought of a book when I wrote it, and now I can't stop thinking of that book. What is this one? A book of a repeat author. Also dumb, because I've been telling you guys we're halfway through the year, and I'm just now realizing May is the 5th month of the year, not the 6th, but close enough. I'm gonna reread Shatter Me. This is 1,000. There's 2 ways that this can go. I either reread Shatter Me or reread ACOTAR. But again, I literally technically started the ACOTAR series in February. So we're gonna put her in the shelf, because I've been really eager to reread this series, even though I literally finished it in only December of last year. But this is what started the fantasy kick. This is where it all started. And I know this isn't really fantasy, it's more dystopian, but I need to get back to my roots, and I need to be back in this world, in this friend group, and just everything about this series. The end of this video and my new and improved May TBR for the 5th month of the year. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to see me do this for next month's TBR, let me know. It is a really good way to pick books off my shelf that either have been sitting for a while or I wouldn't have picked up otherwise, even though again I kind of did pick up new books. First 2 books on this month's TBR is going to be Crown of Midnight and Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. The next 2 books in the Throne of Glass series. Very excited. I'm pretty sure I got this book for a person on the cover, and this book, the prompt, was the next book in a series, and the next book was These Infinite Threads by Tara Mafi, and this was the prompt for this one, I believe, was finishing a series. So this is the last duology I have to finish that I have already started. We have King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. We're going to be starting a lot of series this month. That's good. And continuing some, which is another good thing. This book was inspired by the last song I had listened to, which was Bad Blood by Taylor Swift featuring Kendrick Lamar. So, The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I was about to say Cassandra. Carissa Broadbent, and the prompt didn't exactly fit this book. It was the most recent book on my TBR or my physical shelves, which was the second book in this series, and it's The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. Can I also say this series has the longest titles ever. But being as I obviously can't read the second book in the series, I did the first one, which is also very new to my shelves. The last fantasy book on my shelf for the month of May is Shatter Me by Tara Mafi, and this is the prompt of rereading an author. Reading a book of a... I don't remember the name of the prompt, but I literally just did it, so yeah. The first one being Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher, and the prompt for this one was an illustrated cover, and obviously it's an illustration of Dreamland. So, By a Thread by Lucy Score, and this was a book by a new author. New author, haven't read their books before. Kind of sitch. So, have Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, and the prompt for this one was read a book on my shelves that is 500 plus pages. And out of the ones I picked up, this was the only one that was actually 500 plus pages. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, and this was read a book that is one of my YouTubers' favorites, and this is a lot of YouTubers' favorites, so this was an easy pick. Last book on my TBR for the month of May is The Godparent Trap by Rachel Van Dyken, and the prompt for this one was a book that is my favorite color, which is yellow. This is all the books on my May TBR, and I'm honestly super excited about the picks. I think we got a nice variety of different kind of romances, different kinds of fantasies. We're going to be finishing some series, we're going to be starting some new series. Amazing, and we managed to get some different books on my shelf this month, which is also a plus. So that is it for this week's video, or today's video, because I don't know how many videos I'm going to post in a week anymore. I need to get a schedule, but I don't know yet. So, but that is all for today's video, for this very video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button down below. You guys know what to do, and comment what book you're most excited for me to read on my May TBR. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
1, 2,